Button there. Yep, we are live. Yes, we got the button here. Hey, welcome everybody. We are live, and we have a little special guest here. How about that?
My replacement in training.
That's right. We are real and raw, and you never know where we're going to be. Brian is out on the road here,
Yep.
and I'm here playing babysitting. So we're doing different things here. We're just going to roll with it. So we'll be right back after this. Yeah, that's Brian there. Say hi to everybody.
And Baker. Lynn, Brian, and Baker.
That's right. Baker and Brian and Mimi. So how are you, Brian? Where are you? Where in the world is Brian today?
Southern Wisconsin, make my way all over the place. So it's about 50 degrees outside, so snow is melting. And I didn't want to drive through traffic or anything like that, so I pulled over.
Oh, well, good. I'm glad you're not driving and trying to do this. So with the big clock, it looks like I'm in Waco, Texas.
Can you say Magnolia?
Magnolia.
The Chip and Joanna Gaines company.
Yes.
Yeah.
I like today's topic as far as possibilities and point of view. So
yeah. I think there's a lot of I don't like to compare things just because it's, I don't know what there's so much in life that people compare, but I think it's just kind of a psyche thing where you do it without even wondering why or how, right? We do it every day as human beings, like, hey, I wonder what that goes for on Amazon or whatever, right? But possibilities and point of view, I think that one kind of creates the other. The more open you are about what comes to you and the universe aligning, and without getting too, I don't know, woo-woo, if you will, whatever you open yourself up to is what's gonna appear, what's gonna be made available. You're not too hard on yourself. You're open about what's available, but you just kind of put it out there. You take risks, you make it happen, and you look at everything with a glass half full versus glass half empty. There's always something available, good, bad, or other, if you're willing to look for it. And I think that that's a daily practice. Out of every situation, there's always something good, right? And it doesn't take a near-death experience to have that happen, But I think it actually helps. But I'm not saying I wish it upon anybody to go through. And then the point of view is, I think that the more open it is, about possibilities, and the more you love yourself and the more you value your self-worth, I think that your point of view is firm. But you don't have to declare it very often, just because you're making your world about other people and what matters to them. So.
No, I couldn't agree more. I mean, everything's a possibility. I mean, like, I had to, come over and watch my daughter. I mean, we have lives, we have things going on, and the point is, that's right, they're gone. Yep, they just left. And the possibilities, and just being there for people, and you can have a schedule, you can plan things, but we're not in control.
Correct.
We're not ever in control. And you can either go against the grain, or you can go, try to swim up the creek and go against the grain. And what's the point in that? I mean, there's just no joy, there's no excitement, there's no nothing.
Yeah.
And I knew the possibilities of going live. He would be on my lap, and I'm cool with it. I'm like, what am I going to say? Oh, we can't have the show today, Brian, because I'm watching him. I mean, hey, he's our little sidekick today, so be it, but it's the possibilities, and the point of view is, somebody could say, okay, that's distracting, that's annoying, that's whatever. But you know what? That's your point of view, but the possibilities is, we're here showing people that we show up.
Well, and look at all of this. I mean, to bring a little Rex Sykes into this, is that all of this is a matter of how we think how we condition our brain every day, how much health we give it, how much rest we take, we take.
Okay.
And, a possibility, some people believe that there is no possibilities. Well, okay, that's what the world's going to look like. Just like what Henry Ford said in the 50s, right? If you think you can or you think you can't, you're right. Well, that all goes back to your thought process. That goes back to how you view a situation all the time. And so don't be surprised if, it's not like it's happening out in the external world. I'll tell you that much. It's all happening in your own two lenses, known as your eyeballs and what's going on in the 3 pounds of matter in your head, and then the point of view is just yours, right? It's just like your opinion. Everyone has one, but it really should never come into it. If you are a selfless person, if you are there to serve humanity and serve people and make a difference and up to big things, you don't want to do anything that goes against your moral and ethical code, but you're loose with it, right? And obviously that doesn't take into account about who you surround yourself with and, people that you no longer, resonate with or whatever. It doesn't mean that they're bad people. It just means that wherever you are in life, you move on from them, right? But I just love it where, when people try to dilute other people's point of view, or they try to win them over to an opinion, and it's just like, I'm easy to diffuse that real quick because, I'm not trying to win you to my point of view, so why should you move me to yours? These are no-fly zone types of things, just like politics and religion. I was raised to never talk about that stuff because everybody's entitled to their own. And, it should never be confronted. When you can be with any situation or anybody and their beliefs or whatever, doesn't mean you have to understand all of it, but it goes deeper for the person, like everything that we have going on in our world. I mean, you could say one topic and all of a sudden people will either like or dislike you based on one thing. I mean, that was never our world years ago, right? Where depending on how you voted or, if you're vaccinated or not, I mean, all these kinds of things are just, in my opinion, noise that distract us from really being real with people and really seeing how we can contribute to each other. And it's just wild that one decision can make that difference about how somebody is perceived and how that somebody could influence your life or make a difference. And if somebody's not going to be given the opportunity to do that, well, that's their loss, I guess.
Yeah. Well, we definitely have to sit there and that's how he feels about it. See, we should have that mentality right there, that point of view. We should listen to each other too. And that's the problem. We don't listen. Sometimes it's like, oh no, but I got to speak and I've got to say what I got to say. So I'm not going to listen to what they have to say because it might woo what that other person has to say. Right. And the sad thing is by keeping that mentality, the other person knows that you weren't listening because 100%. They already discussed with their point of view of that. Yeah. And so you could have saved your breath, or you could have realized they weren't open, or, there's so much you can learn by listening to somebody and letting the conversation flow where it's going to go and see the possibilities that you didn't know everything by listening to that person. Look, he agrees.
Well, and just consider that every conversation is going to pick up. It's not like it's an end all be all where, we have, however, depending on the context, is that when the conversation is done, it doesn't mean that we have to have the world's answers, right? Obviously, depending on the context, will give us more information. But if it's just like getting together with somebody for coffee, hey, Mary, thanks for Mary being here.
Oh, and Eric is here too. Want to read
Eric. Definitely their loss. If you don't take time to get to know someone and instantly write them off, you're maybe missing out on a major treasure. 100%, Eric. Thanks for being here, by the way.
Thank you for being here. I think this is the first time Eric's watched us. And
he's in the group. He's in the Grow Live Academy, which is cool. And,
yes.
I love it. Last night where Ken tried to say his last name, and Eric said, "Hey, I didn't choose it. I didn't choose how it was pronounced. It's
Flanoy. I think I said that right. Flanoy. He thought that was fun.
Thanks for being here, Eric and Baker. You got Baker laughing over there, so that's
This is little Baker. This little Baker man. Now he's going to be shy.
Yeah. But I just, like all of the, you look at all the inventors and all the people that were up to big things. It's like they don't count out anything, and it they never count anything out because they never know when it can be used. They never
Right.
know when that knowledge, can be used, or when they can have a conversation with somebody, and that makes them more resourceful.
Yeah.
And obviously, when people fake competency, is people just like when they're not listening, they snuff that out right away. You know.
Eric, we love you. God
Yeah.
blessings to you guys, and delight to be here. Well, we're honored. We're honored. And like I said, we show up. We show up to whatever's going on, and that's how much we love doing our show and being raw and real. And like I said, we're not here to change anybody's mind, but we definitely want to jog people's thoughts and realize that take the higher road and have listen to somebody first.
Yeah.
If you listen to somebody first, because people want to be heard.
Yep.
And if people want to be heard and you listen to them, you may find out that they'll listen to you as well.
Yep. Well, and consider that there is no good and bad, right? It's just whatever resonates with you, and with possibilities and point of view, there's no right or wrong here, right? There isn't any. There's no judgments, and I think that's why creative people and people that are up to big things just, obviously when people are challenging you or saying that you can't do something and you overcome it, I mean, that's a winner's mentality. But it's like when you can get into a space and around people where you're just brainstorming, it's just the brain trust, where nothing is right or wrong. It's just a matter of what fits or what works, or even having an inquiry into what that could look like is breathtaking, right? It's like bliss for a while, because it's going to propel you. I mean, once that dopamine hit, you get that dopamine hit, it's going to propel you to want to pursue those things. And that just echoes what people that are up to big things are all about, is that their brain never stops and they never count anything out. And I just love where it's non-judgmental, that there is no right and wrong here, just like creativity and art and all these other disciplines that is up to the definition of the person that's you're talking to define.
And, let this little man remind us that, we were all childlike at one time. And it's being childlike and being where, you can change and erase memories and keep the good ones, and know that we were created the way we're supposed to be created.
Yeah.
We let all this other layers of coats, remember, like Rex has said,
Oh, yeah.
we got layers and layers of coats and things that, weigh us down. And as a child, they don't have that. They have that carefree mentality,
Well,
and
I mean, just like Baker right there. I mean, I could only imagine, like, when, he grabs a hold of like paint or who knows what. And it's just like he's having fun because he doesn't have the judgment or the societal norms that have been imposed upon him about what's right, what's wrong, what's good, what's bad, and how to be. He's just being carefree, right? Because he hasn't experienced that in life yet, which is great.
And he loves the Packers already. He loves
beautiful.
Yeah. You like the Packers? You like the Packers? Go Packers. Yeah.
He's my replacement in training already. He likes the Packers. So
yeah. He loves and breathes the Packers.
But it's like, like let's take a context about like somebody where, I don't know, it's in a creative space, right? You're in a creative space or a group or something, and they want ideas. How does it feel when everybody's like, they want ideas, but then they retract it from saying, "Oh, that won't work. That doesn't make any sense. That won't work." It's like, how empowering is that when it's almost like they have a pre-existing, list or what they want to hear versus it being from nothing, right? And possibilities come from nothing, Now, just like ideas, somebody says something, it's like, oh, it triggers something, and then it's a new neural pathway. But it's not gonna be very fun where it's kind of like the rules and laws about how to think. It doesn't work, And Eric says, not tainted by the world, purity and innocence is a beautiful thing, 100%. You know, I know that Jeffrey Gitomer, when his daughter Gabrielle, you know, when she was growing up, I mean, in one of his public seminars, like he took a picture where she just sprayed paint all over herself. She got it on her hands and just started painting herself. It's because it's the carefree nature. It's the beginner's mindset, starting from a place of nothing without judgment. And it's such a beautiful place to be in, because the opposite is very disempowering. Like if you're a creative person, but you run into some people that are not creative, or maybe they're a little bit more conservative in their view, which is fine, but it really doesn't allow you to really offer your best if, you know, if there are limitations. Versus, okay, these are all great ideas. Some may work, some may not. Well, that's a lot better way to approach it than automatically they're being disregarded for whatever reason. So
everything is possible when you have your mind open. Hi, yeah, now he's saying hi. Everything is possible. You know, you can't say, oh no, this isn't professional to do this or this or that. Who says? Who
exactly.
says you can't do what you want? Who says you can't do what you want? Possibilities leave things open. I guarantee that if we didn't do a show today, we wouldn't even have had Eric be with us today.
Correct.
What an honor that is. You have to show up. And point of view is some people may not like the way we do things, and that's okay, because we're going to do what we want to do the way we want to.
And the beautiful thing about both of these is that to really understand it, you need to know a couple things about, number one, you need to know about the person in order for it to really make sense. Number two, it doesn't happen without understanding, which involves listening, right? And not everybody's willing to do that. They're not, number one, they may not have that discipline, or number two, they're not committed to that, you know? Because like anything, it's like, hey, you know, if you're not willing to take the time to understand it, well, number one, it can't be valuable. Number two, it may not be the right person to be around, or the right, the right association or connection. So there's a lot here, but I think that by removing judgments, by just being a space for people to just share, right? And for somebody just to be heard, you don't really need to say anything. And plus, remove all the agenda. Possibilities are not about an agenda. Point of view is not about an agenda. And it's carefree and fancy free, in my opinion.
And possibilities have no excuses.
Correct.
You know? Yeah. And I think I'm going to coin that. I just said that.
Yeah, write it down.
No excuses, because there's no excuses. That's why I love hanging around Christopher Rausch. There is no excuses, you know? And right before the show, Baker and we made this little video. Where is it, Baker? Where's our little video we did? I know I uploaded it here. Here we go. Baker, look.
Chat, hi. Hi.
See, anything's possible.
Man, look at how fast he grows facial hair. That was amazing.
I know. Hi, Debbie. Thanks for being
Hey, Debbie.
But thank you, Brian, for Eric loved that. Pick up your truck, honey.
Yeah, we're really grateful, Eric. You invested the time to be with us today, and
thank you so much.
Yeah, and smile and all that good stuff.
Yeah, we love it. And there was he's like, I don't want to miss out. Well, we're almost done wrapping up our show, but I know he really liked this. So, are we any more things in closing before I play the last little video?
No, I would have to say just be a kid at heart, have a beginner's mind, always be curious about life, and just let other people tell you everything that you need to know without having to say anything. If anything, they almost have to prompt you to say, "Hey, are you still there? You know, are the lights on and everybody's home, or no?" You know what I mean? I'd rather be in that space than to have somebody show up but they don't feel like they're heard or understood.
Yep.
How about you? How about for you?
Well, I'm just grateful to be here, and I'm just grateful he made a little debut. My daughter, who was walking out the door, I said, "Is it okay if he goes on StreamYard?" She goes, "We'll talk about the release form later." So I have to deal with some legalities later, but for right now, he showed up. And
Thank you,
so
Baker, for contributing to our show and being on camera with us.
look at him. Oh, and hold on, I've got this right here.
Oh my goodness. Is it that time? It's time to end the show. Thank you for being here with us. We appreciate you. Bye-bye.
Say bye-bye. Bye-bye. Say everybody bye-bye. All right, you guys, thank you so much for being here. We really appreciated you. And let's see. Well, we got you guys are all so cute. I know, even Brian's very cute. And Baker
I
Rock.
really thought Mary was talking about you, Lynn, and Baker, and I was just over
No,
here. So.
She said, all of you, you are
Oh,
cute.
yes, all.
I'm always telling you, you are cute, Brian. You
thank
make
you.
yeah. Okay, you guys, thank you so much for being here. We'll see you next weekend. And as always, we wish you a happy weekend. Drive safe, Brian, please.
I will. Be safe, everyone. We love you.
And please make sure you text me to make sure that I know you got there safe.
I sure will. Absolutely.
Thank you. Hold on.
You're welcome.
Bye-bye.
Bye, everyone.
Bye-bye.
What?